Hold on to your seats, coin lovers. These top for ultra-rare UK coins and quarter-dollar treasures could be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions. From shocking mint errors to legendary misprints, these coins are turning pocket change into gold. Watch till the end, you might own one. Section 1. History of the 1979 10 new pence coin. The 10 new pence coin, introduced as part of Britain's decimalisation process in 1968, was initially minted in a larger silver-nickel size, weighing 11.31 grams and measuring 28.5 millimeters in diameter. In 1979, the Royal Mint produced the 10p coin still in its large-sized version, featuring Queen Elizabeth II's second portrait, the iconic Arnold Machin design. These coins were supposed to be standard circulation coins. But here's the kicker, that same year, major changes were already underway behind the scenes. By 1982, the Royal Mint transitioned to the smaller 10p format, shrinking the coin to 24.5 millimeters. But in 1979, some incredibly rare minting errors snuck out, and those are worth serious money today. Explosion symbol, Section 2, the error that made it worth a fortune. So what makes the 1979 10 new pence coin so valuable? White right pointing backhand index. It's all about the minting errors, and these include white heavy check mark 1. Off-metal strikes, wrong planchet errors. These off-metal strike errors are extremely rare, and can be worth $55,000 to $108,000, depending on condition and certification. White heavy check mark 2. Misaligned die errors. Some coins show clear signs of die misalignment, meaning the reverse and obverse don't line up perfectly. This visual error adds a dramatic twist to an otherwise normal coin. A certified misaligned 10p from 1979 has fetched over $15,000 in recent auctions. White heavy check mark 3. Double strikes. Coins struck twice by the press are incredibly rare, especially when both images are clearly visible. A 1979 10p with a double strike has been valued up to $42,000 depending on clarity and grade. White heavy check mark 4. Off-center strikes. Imagine a coin with only half the queen's face or a shifted lion from the reverse. That's the case with off-center strikes, and collectors go wild for them. In top condition, they've sold for over $35,000. White heavy check mark 5. Blank planchet errors and clip planchets. These error types range in value from $10,000 to $30,000 plus, especially when verified by NGC or PCGS. Section 3. Coin grading and value tiers. To unlock the full value of your 1979 10 new pence error coin, grading is essential. Third-party certification companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, can turn a regular find into a five-figure payday. Here's a breakdown of estimated values based on condition and error type. Condition and error estimated value: MS65 off-metal strike $83,000 to $108,000, MS64 double strike $40,000 to $60,000, off-center error, XF condition $18,000 to $32,000, clip planchet, AU condition $10,000 to $20,000, die misalignment, circulated $5,000 to $15,000. Even circulated examples with clear visible errors can fetch five-figure sums, so never underestimate an old coin. Section 4. What to look for. Check your coins. If you're going through your change or inherited an old coin collection, here's what you need to do. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 1. Look for the date 1979. Make sure the coin is from that year. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 2. Inspect for size. 1979 10p coins were larger. If yours looks too small, it might be an off-metal strike. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 3. Check both sides for errors. Look for misalignment, doubling, off-center designs, or unusual metal color. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 4. Get a magnifying glass or use a phone zoom. Even small differences can mean thousands. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 5. Get it graded. Contact a professional grading service or show it to a local coin expert. Classical building hash. Section 5. Why collectors go crazy for it. The 1979 10 new Pence era coin is like a perfect storm. White heather checkmark. It's old enough to be scarce. White heather checkmark. It has a unique story tied to UK currency changes. White heather checkmark and the era types make each one unique, a true gem for elite collectors. Collectors love these coins because they represent a historic moment, the tail end of the larger 10p era before the UK downsized its coinage. Section 1. Background: the birth of the Sacagawea dollar. The Sacagawea dollar, also called the Golden Dollar, was first minted in 2000. It was designed to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar and intended to spark a modern revolution in US coinage. The obverse, front, features a stunning portrait of Sacagawea, the legendary Shoshone guide to Lewis and Clark, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste. The reverse displays a soaring eagle, wings outstretched, symbolizing peace and freedom. This was also the first US coin to depict a Native American woman, and its golden color came from a manganese brass-clad composition over a pure copper core. Section 2. The most famous era: the mule coin. Let's talk about the holy grail of modern era coins, the 2000p Sacagawea dollar Washington quarter mule era. Here's what happened. A few coins were accidentally struck using the obverse, front, die of a Washington quarter and the reverse, back, die of a Sacagawea dollar. That's right, a hybrid mistake, called a mule, where two mismatched coin designs were used together. White heather checkmark obverse, George Washington from the State Quarter Series. White heather checkmark reverse, the eagle from the Sacagawea dollar. White heather checkmark edge, the smooth edge of a dollar, not the reeded edge of a quarter. Only a very small handful of these era coins exist, fewer than 20 confirmed specimens, and they are among the rarest and most valuable coins ever struck by the US Mint. Section 3. Value: how much are they worth? Let's talk numbers. These 2000p Sacagawea mule eras are no joke. Their values have skyrocketed over the past 20 years. Grade A condition estimated value -58 Australian dollars, almost uncirculated, $58,000 to $75,000 MS63, mint state, $85,000 to $98,000 MS65 and up, certified gem, $100,000 to $112,000 plus. In fact, one of these mule coins was sold by Heritage Auctions for over $112,000, making it one of the most expensive modern US coins ever sold. And here's the kicker: you could find one in pocket change or an old bankroll. Yes, that's how one was discovered back in 2000 by a coin dealer who spotted something odd in a bulk dollar coin bag. Section 4. The other 2000p Sacagawea eras worth thousands. The mule isn't the only valuable era in the 2000p series. Keep your eyes peeled for these too. Left-pointing magnifying glass 1. Weak edge lettering errors, WEL error. Some coins were struck without the correct pressure, causing faint or missing edge inscriptions. Rare, and worth $500 to $1,000. Left-pointing magnifying glass 2. Off-center strikes. If the coin's design is not fully centered, you may have a rare off-center strike. Depending on how much of the design is missing, these coins can sell for $2,000 to $5,000 or more. Left-pointing magnifying glass 3. Broad strike errors. These occur when the coin is struck without a collar, leading to a larger, flat, and distorted look. Values can reach $3,000 to $6,000. Left-pointing magnifying glass 4. Struck through errors. This happens when a foreign object, like grease or debris, is between the die and the planchette. Some have sold for $1,500 to $4,000 depending on the visibility of the error. Section 5. How to spot one, what to look for. Want to find one of these gems? Here's how to search like a pro. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 1. Check the obverse design. Look for Washington's portrait on what looks like a gold dollar. That's the mule era. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 2. Look at the edge. Quarter edges are reeded, dollar edges are smooth. If you find a Washington obverse with a smooth edge, it's time to get excited. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 3. Examine for off-center or strike-through errors. Look at the rim. Is it missing? Is part of the design way off-center? That could be a $5,000 plus find. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Step 4. Compare weight. Sacagawea dollars weigh 8.1 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, it might be a wrong planchette error. Left-pointing magnifying glass. Books E. Section 6. Why these errors happened. The U.S. Mint was under pressure in 2000 to release the new Sacagawea dollar quickly, leading to rushed production. Some employees may have accidentally mixed dies or failed to properly inspect machinery, leading to the mule error, among others. Interestingly, it's believed these errors were never meant to leave the mint, but somehow they escaped into circulation, unnoticed, until collectors started uncovering the truth. Section 1. Background. The story behind the two new pence coin. Let's rewind to the late 20th century. In 1971, the UK officially transitioned to the decimal currency system. As part of that change, the new pence denomination was introduced to replace the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The two new pence coin was part of this new series. It was made from bronze, weighed 7.12 grams, and measured 25.9 millimeters in diameter. By 1979, these coins had become an everyday part of British life. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1982, the Royal Mint decided to drop the word new from the coin's design, changing it simply to 2 pence. That transition marked the end of the new pence wording on UK coinage. Explosion symbol, Section 2, the error that made it worth 6 figures. The 1979 2 new pence coin might look ordinary, but some rare versions have error combinations that slipped through the Royal Mint undetected. These errors include: left-pointing magnifying glass 1. Wrong die or mismatched die pairing. This is the most valuable version. Coin struck in 1979 using the older new pence reverse when the Royal Mint may have started preparing dies for the upcoming 2 pence design. Although the official 2 pence change happened in 1982, some dies may have been swapped or paired incorrectly with mismatched obverses in 1979, resulting in mule errors. These are extremely rare and valuable. Left-pointing magnifying glass 2. Off-metal strike errors. There are reports of 1979 2 new pence coins being struck on foreign or incorrect planchets, for example, using blanks intended for other denominations or countries. These coins look visibly different in color, weight, or thickness, and collectors go wild for them. Section 3. Real values. What collectors are paying. If you thought a bronze coin couldn't fetch a luxury car level price tag, think again. Here are the latest estimated values for the most rare 1979 2 new pence errors. Error type and grade. Estimated value: wrong die mule error, MS65, $88,000 to $116,000. Off metal strike, MS63, MS64, $60,000 to $85,000. Off center strike, AU58, MS62, $25,000 to $50,000. Double strike with visible errors, $30,000 to $58,000. Clipped planchette, mint defect, $10,000 to $20,000 plus. Auction houses like Heritage, Spink, and London Coins Limited have all confirmed high-value bids on these rare specimens when verified and certified by professional grading services. Section 4. What to look for and how to spot the jackpot. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1979 coins? Here's a quick checklist. White heavy check mark. Check the date. Your coin must be clearly marked 1979. White heavy check mark. Look for new pence on the reverse. White heavy check mark. Examine for off-center strikes or errors. Is the queen's face slightly cut off? Does the rim look uneven? White heavy check mark. Check the coin's weight and color. Any strange color or size could indicate an off-metal strike. White heavy check mark. Inspect for doubling or blurred images. Double strikes increase value tremendously. White heavy check mark. Compare to standard 2p coins. Subtle differences in spacing, font, or alignment could be clues. Section 5. Why is it so valuable? 2 words: rarity and historical timing. The 1979 2 new pence error coin sits right at the edge of a major design shift. That makes it a transitional error, and such coins are always valuable because they mark a mistake during a pivotal moment in history. Add to that the mystery around how many escaped, the perfect storm of minting confusion, and the fact that very few have been discovered, and you've got a recipe for sky-high collector demand. These coins represent a piece of numismatic history. And elite collectors will pay top dollar to own one of these elusive pieces. Section 6. Your next steps, check and cash in. Still have old British coins lying around? Ever bought a coin lot on eBay or from a flea market? Got a family collection passed down to you? Go through your stash and check every 1979 2 new pence coin. Focus on edge details, misalignments, color tone, surface defects, die variations. If anything looks off, contact a professional numismatist. Getting your coin authenticated and graded could mean tens of thousands of dollars coming your way. The historical backdrop, why the 1976 quarter is special. Before we explore the thrilling eras, let's rewind to the mid-1970s, when America was gearing up for its bicentennial celebration, 200 years since the Declaration of Independence. To commemorate this monumental event, the U.S. Mint did something extraordinary. They redesigned the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins for the first time in decades, replacing the standard reverse designs with patriotic artwork. White right-pointing backhand index. The bicentennial quarter features the familiar bust of George Washington on the obverse, but with a twist. The date below reads 1776 to 1976 instead of a single year. Warning sign hash hidden in plain sight, the rarest error versions. While over 1.6 billion bicentennial quarters were minted, only a tiny handful contained serious minting errors that make them worth a fortune. And we mean a fortune. Some have sold for as much as $59,000, $97,000, and even $138,000 at auction. Let's break down the most valuable errors to look out for. 1. Double die obverse, DDO, value, up to $59,000. Money mouth face. A well-preserved double die obverse bicentennial quarter in mint state condition can sell for $10,000 to $59,000, especially if graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. 2. Off-center strikes, value, up to $25,000. When a quarter is not correctly aligned during minting, it results in an off-center strike, sometimes leaving blank portions of the coin. Collectors crave these misaligned pieces, especially those struck 50% off-center yet still showing a clear date. Fire one such 1976 bicentennial quarter with a major off-center strike recently sold for over $20,000 at auction. 3. Wrong planchette errors, value, up to $97,000. Imagine finding a quarter-sized coin made on a nickel or foreign coin planchette. These rare pieces look completely different in color and weight. One extraordinary bicentennial quarter struck on a nickel planchette sold for nearly $97,000 due to its rarity and pristine condition. 4. Clad layer missing, value, $15,000 to $22,000 plus. Left-pointing magnifying glass. These are easily identifiable by eye, but they are extremely rare in bicentennial quarters. High-grade examples have fetched $15,000 to $22,000 plus in auctions. 5. Proof errors and off-metal proofs, value, up to $138,000. Now, here's where we hit the jackpot. Proof coins are specially minted with sharp detail and mirror-like surfaces. But when something goes wrong during that process, say a proof quarter struck on the wrong planchette, or missing details, the value skyrockets. Explosion symbol in one jaw-dropping case, a 1976 US bicentennial proof quarter struck on a 40% silver planchette with error sold for an eye-watering $138,000 at a major coin auction. Market trends and grading importance. If you think you've found one of these error coins, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Top services include PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A coin that might be worth $100 raw can shoot up to $10,000 plus if it's graded MS67 or higher, especially if it's an error variety. Electric light bulb. Coin collectors and investors are constantly watching auctions for bicentennial errors, meaning demand stays high, and values continue to climb every year. Left-pointing magnifying glass. What to look for in your pocket change. So how do you find one of these ultra-rare bicentennial quarters? White heavy check mark. Start by checking the date. It should say 1776 to 1976. The drummer boy design on the back. Any doubling in the text. Misalignment, copper coloration, or odd metal tones. If it feels lighter or heavier than a regular quarter. Also, inspect quarters with an EST mint mark, especially silver proofs, and look for mirror-like surfaces that may indicate a mistruck or damaged proof. Bullseye. Final thoughts. Could you be holding a $138,000 quarter? You never know what's hiding in your pocket change, old drawers, or grandparents' coin jar. The 1976 bicentennial quarter may be one of the most common coins in circulation, but hidden among the masses are ultra-rare errors worth up to $138,000. Fire. Whether it's a double die, an off-metal strike, or a silver-proof error, these coins have shocked collectors and auction houses with their value. So don't wait, start hunting through your change today. That forgotten quarter just might turn you into the next viral story in the coin collecting world.